Hi, every guy. Hi, guys. I'm so excited about this video discussion that I just keep going. Okay, and I can't talk right. Okay, so today is video discussion number 4, Grace for the Homeschool Mom. We are on dodging the arrows, talking about things that happen in our mind, how our mind can be a battlefield sometimes because of the thoughts that we think. So we're going to go through some of those thoughts that we think and really dissect them and get down to the truth of what God says. The little 411, this is a Christian study. Everything that I will talk about comes from a Christian perspective, Bible-believing Christian. Okay? Just want to let you know, you're more than welcome. I'm not going to preach at you. I'm just going to tell you what we talk about, and any references I use will be from Scripture or this book. Okay? All right. All right. Arrow. I can't balance homeschooling and my other responsibilities. This is something that needs to be addressed head on when you're talking to someone or you're talking to yourself about homeschooling. You need to realize that you have a plate. Okay? And your plate and your mind, you're probably seeing it. I have a pink plate. My plate is pink, and it's got flowers all around it, and it's got a cute little thingy in the middle that kind of makes like a little design. Anyway, in my mind, it's a plate, okay? And on your plate, you see yourself, you got your kids, you might have your parents taken care of, you might have your job that takes up like 50, 60 hours a week if you have a job or whatever. Most homeschool moms don't have a job. So we see our house, we see our husband, we see everything that needs to get done, volunteering. We see our homeschool kids' activities. We see all these things on our plate. And when we look at our plate, we're like, oh my God, my plate is so full. I can't balance all these activities. Maybe you're just considering homeschooling. And you look at your plate, and you're not even homeschooling yet. You're just looking at it, and you're like, oh my gosh, where am I going to put homeschooling? I can't even give my kids a quality education because I got to work here, and then I got to do this here, and then I got to go do this here, and there's no room on the plate for homeschooling. And it's the best thing for my kids. And people think that they have no room for their other responsibilities and for homeschooling. Here's what I want you to do. Close your eyes. Take your plate. Put it up with your head. Mine's breakable. Don't know if yours is plastic. Those mamas, your plate's probably plastic, isn't it? Not mine. Mine is breakable. So you take it over your head like this, and you throw it down, and you watch it shatter. Just watch everything shatter from the east to the west. There go your kids. There goes your job. There goes your money problems. There goes your parents. There goes your business that you're trying to start. And I do that myself because I know I'm trying to start a Beachbody business right now. So I know how you feel, okay? The point of you breaking the plate was not to tell you that you're a failure at everything. Okay, because I used to think that. If I drop the plate, then I'm a failure. You didn't drop it. You took it, and you controlled it, and you threw it down, and you shattered it. Do you know why? Your plate's too small. You don't have the eyes to be able to see into where your plate needs to be. Because we have a finite mind, which means we have a limited mind. So in our limited mind, we make a limited plate. We do that with our big old God too. We have a box that we put God in. We stick him in that box. And if he does anything out of that box, out of the ordinary, oh, so help me, I cannot handle anything else. Take your box, shatter your box. Let your God out in your box, destroy your plate. Your responsibilities need to come from him. Now, if you know beyond the shadow of a doubt that every single responsibility that you had on your shattered plate is what you're supposed to be doing, ask God for a new plate. Lord, may I please have a new plate? There's your plate. Just been given a brand new plate. Don't stick anything on the plate unless you know beyond the shadow of a doubt that you've asked God about it, that he has told you to do it, that you're supposed to be doing it. Not that, oh, I have to, it's my mama, I have to take care of my mama. No. Do you have to love your mama? Yes. Do you have to be your mama's every win? No. But it's my kids. I have to take care of my kids. No. You are not God. That's the problem with you making your plate. You're playing God. No more playing God. If you desire to homeschool, if you want to homeschool, you shattered your plate and you got a new plate. Working with an empty plate. My encouragement to you, okay, would be to go into your prayer closet, talk to the Lord, journal. I love journaling. I journal everything. Everything out on paper, it's therapy. It gets me through. Talk to the Lord about, Lord, this is everything. Make a list of everything that was on the other plate. And ask Him. Truly ask Him. Not like, God, do you think so? Okay. No. Like, truly ask Him. Sometimes it'll take weeks to figure out what goes on that plate. Sometimes it'll take a few hours because you already know what God called you to do. Talk to Him about each thing. Lord, this is my marriage. I know my marriage goes on the plate, but I haven't been focusing on my marriage. My marriage is in shambles. I need help with my marriage. If He tells you to put it on the plate, you put it on the plate. I'm a big believer that He'll always tell you to put marriage on the plate. Always. Because marriage is not supposed to be broken. My personal belief, that's just me. My kids, God, my kids, what am I going to do? Or your kids supposed to be something that you take your life and pour into. If it is, put it on the plate. If God tells you to do so. Okay, God, the kids are on the plate. They're somewhere on the plate. Are they supposed to leave the plate and go to school? Or are they supposed to stay on the plate where I can pour into them? If they are, He will help you figure out every single other area that needs to either stay off the plate, shrink on the plate, or He'll get you through to make it with everything on the plate. Am I making sense about the plate? People just say that all the time. I got too much on my plate. Girl, I got too much on my plate. Girl, don't shatter your plate. This is your plate. We're working on God's plate. His plate says that you can do everything through Him who gives you strength. Everything. Nothing is impossible with Him. If He calls you to shatter your plate and make your plate bigger and make it a platter, then do it. Because He's going to give you everything you need. Got it? Okay. Moving on. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest in me. Truth. You are loved by your Father. You are His child. And just as we don't expect our children to be perfect, He doesn't expect you to be perfect either. As long as you are trying your best, He understands. And by the way, God's grace is never just enough. His grace is always far more than enough. When you are weak, He is strong. Some areas we can control and need to create a plan to improve. But for those things we cannot control, we need to get better at letting it go. I think that's just wonderful. Priorities, responsibilities, everything. Just let it go. He's sufficient. He is all sufficient. He's everything. God will help you get through it, sister. We're in the trenches. And this is not a sprint. It is a marathon. It is a journey. Through the valleys, up the mountains, down the rivers with big strong currents that make you feel like you're drowning. He will get you through every storm. He will get you through every drought. He will get you through the desert. He will get you into the rainforest where there's plenty of water, but yet there's bugs. I don't know if people like rainforest. I don't know. Anyway, that's all for today. I know that was just one big thing. One thing that we talked about. But it was a big thing. Because so many moms, they think they're filling their plate too full. And maybe they are. Sometimes, just sometimes, we need to look at the size of our plate and see who made it. And if we didn't make our plate, shatter it and let God make your plate and fill it with the things that He calls you to fill your plate with. All right? See you guys next time.